Hey guys, how's everybody doing?
Hi everybody, how are you guys?
What's up?
Hi.
What's up? What's up?
Oh my gosh.
All right, guys. So welcome back to another show of the Reefing Collective. Myself and Farm Boy Reef here. We got Dee from Brooklyn. We got Beavs from BeavsReef, Sean. And then we have our special guest tonight. We got Phil Gilbert, CEO of Polyplab, that's going to join us today. And we're going to answer a bunch of questions, learn about his products. So we should have a good time here, guys. So we got a bunch of questions we're going to ask you, Phil. I'm just waiting for a bunch of our viewers to jump online here. I see everybody starting to come in. And a lot of the comments are going to be coming up here on the screen very soon. So thanks for joining us tonight. Really appreciate it.
Well, it's a privilege. I'm happy to be with you guys tonight broadcast. I'm lucky. It looks like I'm the only one for this this very important topic in regard of coral nutrition. And I'm going to try to be as good as the three last guests you had in regard of that same topic last week, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, Mr. Filter Sock. He'll be joining us again tonight as well.
Hey, Filter Sock.
Sorry, Phil, you mean that.
Hey, man.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Phil.
So we got people logging on here right now. The comments are going to start coming in here very soon, the questions.
Sure.
So a little background about yourself, Phil, and about your company, and get it started.
Yeah, sure. Listen, I'm a man, right? In the 50s, let's say. Here's one of my daughter, another daughter, my wife, and I got two daughters. And that makes pretty much complete with the family. I've been working in this hobby for 22 years, and I've been the owner of Polyplab since 2010. So that makes 20 years.
Yeah, that's a long time.
I'm also the owner of Xenia North America, which is a distribution company that started distribution of other companies' products, mainly from Germany, in Canada, and in the US since 2003. So yeah, I'm old.
We got lots going on. Lots going on.
The old school's the best school.
I think so.
I bet you've seen a lot of changes.
I've seen a lot of changes in many aspects of the hobby. Changes that are technical changes, maybe less than what we discovered with research and what we're doing right now with studying the genomes and the microbial activity around the reef, and we as a society are doing to the reef around the world, right? So yeah, things are changing. But technology is getting better on ideas that already existed a long time ago, right? If we talk about skimmers exist since years and years and years, but the technology has improved their performance and the way that they're pulling out all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, exactly. It's like, you take an older technology and you're improving it as we move further. So. Yeah,
and the best example would be the LED. I was from. I sold a lot of those metal halide system back many years ago, and when the LED started to pop as an alternative, it really took the market by storm, and that's, I think, one of the most technical advancement that we could have ever seen in regard of the hobby itself.
So now, Phil, as far as your product, being in it a long time, I've been in it a long time too. Have you seen the progression of like your additives and how we treat our animals in the tank in relation to your product? Like has it evolved over the years?
Yeah, it has evolved in many different ways, but main ways where it evolves is that we over the years we had many more offers of different corals that we could bring to the hobby and to the captive environment that we're trying to keep. And most of the new stuff or nice stuff or things that were new were harder to keep, and we were having questions on how to keep them alive, colorful, have them to grow. And the fact that at one point people started to realize that you can actually feed the tank, and that's good for the coral. The coral is going to feed with what the fish shit, right? But actually, we believe that the coral actually would be benefits from an external nutriment or an external additional nutrimentation directly to them. So we focused as a company more on the coral side to develop solutions that will help them in a global way. So yeah, we started this trend where corals need to eat, right? And they eat more actively than we can think.
Yes.
And at the beginning, I can tell you that I was called a lot of names.
That's
Why?
Yeah.
When you bring something new in this hobby, you need to be you need to stick to what you believe, and especially make sure that what you're building and what you sell to your customers actually are products that's worth it, that makes sense to buy. Why would you try to sell a product that nobody really have a use for it? So at the beginning, it was more difficult, but over the years and over the period of time where we made observation, Reefroid became the most studied coral food all over the world. There's no other company that has as much research that has been done on a coral food that's commercial.
Well, exactly, because you have that documentation to back it up. The research definitely makes a bigger difference.
The research, detail about the product, and one of the most cool aspect of our hobby that we're proud. I can never say we started it, right? But I can say that we were part of that movement. Was we were the first to put out videos of corals eating in higher frame rates. You take a videos of corals over a long period of time. You make it faster in the frames, and you can see actually them moving and get the food in, which puts the coral more lively, more as an animal that we human can relate to. First video we got out was I think something around 2011. And since then, those videos pops all over the place, and whenever you see them, it's always nice.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's amazing watching them feed.
Yeah, exactly. And
what was that reaction?
It's the reaction,
especially with the high def that we have now, the high definition.
You can't beat it.
And the fact that they're using different strategies also to feed. They use tentacles. They can use direct feeding by the mouth. They can secret the secretion they made.
Like the mucus.
The mucus that they make to the food, and then siphon it in.
Yeah, just like a web.
Yes, exactly. So, for humans needs to see. So when you see that, at the end of the day, you say, well, he's eating it. That's point number one. But point number two, is it doing something any good, right? So that's what we have been specializing into, and making sure that our product was something useful for the aquariums.
Exactly. So we got a question here for you. It's on the bottom of the screen.
Yeah. So
what is your recommendation method of applying Reefroid? Thick or snow application?
That's a good question, because actually most of the videos that we just talked about and are the most spectacular. Where customers or even aquaculture facilities going to make the mix of Reefroid in a very in a cast, right? You got to remember that real coral food, right, packs like Reefroid packs a lot of energy for those corals done. If you get a past-like solution or material to feed your coral, you're going to have a lot of energy to put down this coral throat, right?
Yeah.
And of course, You got to be careful when you do it. You got to do it in a way where you know that your system can actually afford it or take it in. Good export nutrients, good cleaning crew, fish around can clean it up, corals can take them in. But most of the time, the best result you can have is really when you can broadcast the refroids over the tank with some tank water and
Yeah.
sometimes other products that you can mix it in with, depending on the recipe you use as aquaculture or private specialist in growing corals.
Yes. I think as Worldwide Corals, they use Reefroids.
We've been working with corals for now 5 years, and they use the product regularly at the end of the day. But sometimes people get confused in the setup where you have a 20-gallon aquariums with their nice setup, nice nano tanks, and you go to yourself, well, I love these reaction of the coral, and you just pour a quarter of the jar into your tank.
Yeah.
You know, coral is gonna go crazy, right? But you need to be always you need to respect the potential energy that you're gonna get with the reflow, and then of course overfeeding is always a problem in the industry. I love overfeeding, right? I can make a lot of money, but
yeah, exactly. Right? Yeah.
Is one of the things that people needs to be careful about.
Hey Phil, I got a question.
Go ahead, the filter suck.
From the filter point of view, should you turn your pumps off because we socks get full of all that stuff, or do you leave your pumps running?
You really need to lower the flow, because if your flow's too high, and of course if you don't put your reflow in the mix of in water, the particles are so small they're going to stay on top of the water, and they're not going to dissolve. They're just going to go through your overflow. So you need to let them go in the water column. It's going to go through the water columns with low flow. It gives a chance to your coral to actually take the food in. We have a product for if you want to prime them up, that we developed to prime them up, but became a way more popular product for other purposes, called Poly Booster, where you actually start up that's it, Sean. You're priming up and you start them up to know, hey, there's something to eat here, and corals, fish, cleaning crew, everything's alive in the tank.
Crazy for it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've been using those products for 5 years straight. Yeah.
Let's talk.
You know,
it is a ball in my filter. I told you.
It's like
you told me.
Like my tanks, I have a feed mode, right? Before I feed any of my coral fruits or anything, it shuts off in maybe 30, 45 minutes. So everything stops the flow. Everything gets, like the snowing effect in the tank, and everything has its, chance to grab the foods and grab all the particles in the water. Make sure everybody.
Did he say feed mode? No, he didn't say feed mode. He said feed mode.
Feed mode.
Oh, my bad.
All right. So we got a bunch of questions coming in here. I'm going to pick a couple. We got one from Angelo. I got a few people have been asking about this one. It's about your medic. I have a question. The medic has started to come by here in Canada. Is there a way to have access to it?
Buy it in the States.
Yay!
It's one of those things, and don't get me started on government and whatever laws and whatnot. It's okay. We need laws. We need government. We need people to take care of many things. In regard of the hobby we're in, the industry we're in, we often get with people that or regulators that doesn't really know a dime of what we're doing or what coral is all about, what it is to have an aquarium or a reef tank in your home and take care of it. I can't. It's really something that we're working on at this time to get moving in Canada. But the regulation is it's really about points and COMAS, and it's ridiculous because we can produce a product here that we can sell on the market, like in the U.S.
Yeah.
Like a copper.
Yep. Copper.
And sell it in the U.S. and in 39 countries, but in Canada can't sell it. And it's a little bit it's hurting the stores most likely, because before giving fish healthy fish to customers, they want them to be healthy, and they want to take care of them with products that we either sell. And it's not only a problem for us, Polyplab. It's also a problem for other company. Let's name it. It's a problem for Fritz. It's a problem for Seachem. It's a problem for Ikari. It's a problem for other big companies that come on the market here, and at the end of the day, don't care. They don't care about putting money they need to certify their product in Canada. They just say, well, beep, beep.
Sounds good. Okay, so we got as you know, do you feel spot feeding corals twice a week is too much?
It always depends on your system. It always depends what you have as livestock in your aquarium. If you because the recommendations based on an aquarium that's fairly stocked, right?
Yeah.
You should start and do one feeding a week. Look what your coral is doing, and another thing, overfeed. Okay, but test your parameters, guys.
Yeah, you got to trust your definitely, and plus your filtration system as well too.
You got to have an export system. You got to test your system to see how your aquarium's going to react, because at the end of the day, each aquarium is unique. And I would say to someone that only have corals that are heterotropic by natures and needs to heat all the time, you might have to put reef fluids each and every day. But mixed corals, if you have other types of corals that doesn't need that much, you really need to keep on and watch what the global needs of your system is. But twice a week is usually a good target to feed reef fluid into your aquariums. Yes.
That's good. Okay, so we have another one here from Mark. So what is the coloration nutrients and how does it work? So I guess that's your colors he's talking about.
Oh, that's the amino acid colors. I think we have a topic on this later on, but I don't mind if you guys don't mind. I can talk about it, right?
Yeah, it's up to you. Or
I'm fine with it. Colors is actually a mix of amino acids that you put together, and you put into your tank in order to promote not only corals, not only the fact that corals absorbs them to heal themselves, create pigmentation to protect themselves from lights, to get themselves in a way where they can protect against other corals, but also to benefits all the microbes that surround, all the other organisms that are around the corals, and that more and more today we know act in making sure those corals are staying protected, healthy, that they can grow, and they can actually be part of your setup to make sure that you have everything you need in your tank to go ahead and give them all what they need. And that being said, in all the tests and all the things that's been going on in the world in regard of our products, in regard of growing corals and coloration, we're not the best. I'm sorry to say we're not the best product, because Mother Nature beats us. If you're putting in seawater that's unfiltered, from a good quality of seawater, not next to the Fleuve Saint Laurent here. They know coral is too cold, but I mean, from the ocean, unfiltered, those corals going to grow in a better way than if you give them an artificial way to get external food. But that's all I'm going to say about my stuff.
Perfect.
So that brings us right into another question, pretty much very similar regarding the Polyplab's color product. Like, what's the benefit of dosing the aminos? Like, I know we talked about dosing, but sometimes people get a little bit confused with what that is.
Well, dosing will give you the extra step, or the extra availability of component that most of the time are not included. Many diet that have those high proteins, or that has other products are not really proven to be working way. I don't want to name any kind of ingredients because it might pop other companies. But sometimes you have things that are put in products that are not actually proven to be useful. You're putting amino acids, and of course we have lists of what we're putting in aquariums, and we know that there's already some of the amino acids that actually been used way before us. To name someone that we're using them and that's still using amino acids since many years, Jillian Strong from Two Little Fishy, the Acro Power is I think the one of the first product that was using amino acids in that purpose to get corals in a better state for growing and coloration.
Oh my, he's one house. He's literally one house.
You got Ella. Got amino acid out in 90, I think it's in 1996. But at the end of the day, the goal is to find the products that will include as much amino acid as possible, and that makes it as simple as possible to make your aquarium thriving, instead of having a product or other company that will ask you to dose 75 different bottles that all cost 25 or 30 bucks each.
Yes, it's true. Yeah, all in one.
Did I say that? Sorry.
You said it.
It's true.
We have 4 bottles in our refresh kit. That's all you need.
Now, is it better to add it straight to the tank or mix it with the food? We discussed that last week, because some people add it straight to the tank and some people soak it into the food.
Yeah. I think the lady was like,
I personally would do it straight in the tank, unless you have a routine where you say, okay, this is my routine where I do my Polyplab and I put everything together and I make it even more simple, those 4 bottles, right?
Yeah.
And it's part of everybody's ways of us bandry, I guess. But putting it straight into the tank will make it as efficient as you're putting or soaking into the food. Or food doesn't dissolve in the water. So soaking it's going to be on the food, but it's not going to get inside it. If the idea is to put a coral to absorb it, amino acid absorbs corals absorbs amino acid in a different way. Not only by the mouth, they can absorb it by mostly their tissues.
That's great, because I've been doing it wrong then. That's why we're here.
There's no wrong way. It's really, if it's part of your routine and you're comfortable with. Don't forget, this hobby is supposed to be fun. If you're pissed at your hobby, man, exactly. Go get a drone and fly it outside. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Use a drone.
Yeah, reefing is supposed to be fun. It's a hobby, right? So.
It needs to stay a hobby.
Exactly. Hobby first.
And it's challenging to get those tanks to the point where we want to have them. But when we get them, at that point, I think there's no better spectacle other than my wife. I don't know. They're going to be mad at me if I don't say something. Hello. So bad.
So we're actually getting kind of repeats here on that question. Concerning the aminos, though, can you really overdose them? And then the backside or the flip side of that also is, how do you know if you have enough of that in your tank or being put into your tank?
You absolutely can overdose amino acid.
Yeah.
And right on experience about our company, when we started Collars, we also had a product was Collars 500%, which was designed just to be sold only for aquaculture facility or people that had huge aquariums, in a way where we were making it more easy. The problem is when we started selling it, it went into the retail channel. People were getting it for 120, 220, 280 gallon tank. And they were simply just not listening. Amino, yeah, woohoo! And it's only drops of them, right? It's not gonna
like one drop.
Yeah, and well, a pure amino acid component, when whatever you're doing, is that at one point, what's going to happen is like anything else. If you give the opportunity to organisms that are not beneficial in your environments to feed on it, or beneficial to a certain level, if they overcompete the other guys by sucking in a lot of amino acid, like those little white starfish like astrina, astrina, the too much amino acids. That's a cue that, like, man, you got to stop. You got to stop. Just put the bottles away, and
yeah.
That's what we actually said to our customers. First, we pulled out the 500% out of our line, and then we say, when you start seeing things like those little animals in your glass, it might be a good idea to stop, because that means that you're providing amino acids in other ways too that are enough, right? And again, if you're in a low nutriment setup for your aquarium, those needs are different than if you are in a mixed reef or full reef, and that having fish and that you like to feed.
It definitely makes sense. Definitely. Wow, we are getting a lot of questions today.
Oh yeah, keep them coming, people. Keep them coming.
All through them right here now.
We're gonna pick his years of experience here.
Oh, I'll show you something later on. Don't worry, it's not gonna be me.
Hey, I also want to add, for all of you guys following now, you want to make sure that you're subbing the channel. We're going to have a big giveaway at the end of this. Phil has been nice enough to donate some product from Polyplab. We're going to surprise you at the end, but you want to make sure that you're subscribed to BeavsReef, Farm Boy Reef, D from Brooklyn, CoralGal. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so that you can take part. I'm going to be collecting the names, so you want to take part in the contest, leave a comment on the side and say, put me in to win. I'm going to be looking for it.
Exactly. Nice free prize. So we got another question from Jerry. Jerry says, what's the best thing to feed my hammers and spot feed, or can I just put it in the tank with my power heads going? I always turn my return pump off when feeding so nothing goes down the overflow.
You're asking a question that you answer yourself, my friend Jerry. It's you do the good way. It's like anything. If you make it too easy, if the food's available, corals have been. I'm pretty sure they've been on this planet for way longer than we are now, and they're feeding in a way that didn't really change over the years. Right, stability is the best. So target feeding them. Like I said in the beginning, broadcast feeding for me is my option of choice. And I think nature is the best at knowing how they're gonna catch these little particles in the water. And your rhymer is probably very happy when you broadcast any coral food that you're gonna give him.
Perfect. There you go, Jerry.
That's the way I feed. I don't turn everything off, but I definitely turn the pump off.
Exactly. I just get feed mode. It does it all.
Well, there's been a little bit of transition, like over the last couple of years, that there wasn't really idea that we needed to direct feed coral. Like, it's kind of come into things recently. Like, I know with the development of the snow method that Phil just mentioned, we used to just put like a capful into the water and mix it around, and that was like, okay, feeding everything. But now our understanding of the animals has changed a lot in the last few years.
Exactly. Like myself, I enjoy spot feeding at night. Just, I don't know, it sounds like therapy. It's just fun.
It gotta be fun, right? But
yeah, it is fun. It's fun to just feed them. They're like your pets, right? You got to feed your pets. Keep them healthy.
You can see the trends in research. I'm an old guy, so I'm on Twitter. Sorry, kids.
Me too.
On Twitter, I'm actually getting so much good information from research facility and people that are working in getting those cars better that we try to work with. Sometimes we don't. But at the end of the day, the way that those corals can be directly fed might be for a restoration project. We try to save them. We want them to spawn. How do we do that? And whether it's a product or anything else, if you target feed them, you give them more energy. And if you don't, you just let the nature take this way. I just want to answer KC Reef. I just saw his question.
Yeah, I'll bring it back up. Sorry about that.
Bigger selection of dry goods. Yes, but you'll need more. It's like sorry if we're going back to that topic.
It's like I watched from Reef Builders, Jake Adams. He took reefroids out into the ocean on the coral reef, and he made the gadget there like he was feeding the wild corals your food. And it's pretty amazing to see.
That was cool, but
yeah,
I gotta check that out.
it's a cool video. You should check it out, guys.
And it's another way to make this hobby look reachable for many people. And we need to be sure of one thing, right? This industry is great. If we don't protect it, if we don't do things that's gonna get us the livestock we need to keep this industry going, like the reproduction and all these things, I'm sorry, but this hobby is gonna be gone, right?
Exactly.
What's all about that?
It is. But with great product like yours, we're happy to. And that's a pitch from the salesman. With a great product like yours, we're happy to participate in the restoration programs all over the world and all over America. But
wow, he changed his whole voice and everything. Well, I like been in a hobby a long time. I ain't gonna say how long, but I mean the fact that products like yours have given us the ability to cultivate corals in our homes. I mean, that was a thing that was unheard of in like the 80s. Like we were happy to keep one stick alive, you know, but like products like Aminos and booster products where they're cultivating the development of corals in the home. Oh, they're definitely saving the reefs, because now we're using that in programs like reef restoration programs, you know, where we're putting back on the reef.
It broadens the actual collection that everyday people in the industry can have access to, and then I think that it's important because the image of the industry wasn't that good. I would say it improved itself over the past 5 years, but remember that at one point they wanted to close this kind of industry because we were seeing people destroying the reef, that were picking up the stuff from wild location and destroying the reef, and as of today, those aquacultures and restoration efforts, those people as an industry, we took responsibility to try to do something, and alone we can't. You know, we need to work. We need to be a group and a team to be able to know exactly how we can manage to do this.
Definitely. Hey, so ATF in the house just put a question up about pods. We're not going to get into that today just because we're focusing on other stuff, but little sneak peek here. We do have something in the works where we're going to try and get Chad back from Reef Nutrition and potentially some other people. We still have a couple irons in the fire. We're trying to work out those details. So we will hit on that here real soon. I promise you. Right. So now my question is, with all of the options that are out there on the table, I mean, you've got all the Brightwell stuff, you've got the Coral Essential stuff, you've got, you know, your guys' products and everything. Is there really a wrong way to go? Now, I know that obviously the biased, I guess, way to say it is come with our stuff. But I mean, is there really a wrong way to go? Because one of the things that we kind of preach is that there isn't really a wrong way to do it. You know, it's whatever's readily available, whatever you're happy with. But I mean, it's kind of a tough question to answer.
Well, I think it's actually an easy question to answer, because remember at the beginning what I said is that this is a hobby. You need to have fun, right? If you go and you decide to support one line that for you works, and I and Ryan, we've been knowing each other for a long time, and I always say the same thing. Why you break or disturb something that works? People would ask me question. Hey, I'm using this product. I'm using Reef Nutrition product. And my tank is great, but what if I use Polyplab? Is it better? Listen, is that working for you? Yeah. Why do you just stay there, do it, and continue to work with your routine, and you're never gonna have an issue. The thing I would say about the other companies or other products that are getting on the market is, for us, we were the first, or one of the first people to get into that bandwagon. Clearly, and there's nothing wrong with this. There's other companies that are very good at what they're doing, and they have products that are quality products. but it always comes to those little details that's going to make your product stands over another product. It's going to make your products being as a way more easy, or you can put it in the fridge, or you don't need to put it in the or you can last with a jar for longer than another product, or your product is actually demonstrates that you can actually do something useful for reef. So as time goes and as we go on with competition following us, because that's what we think we're leader in that field. It's clear that you can't really state or tell yourself, you know what, we're on the top, come and get us. No, our philosophy is that we're there because we have a good product, and that we're helping our customers to make sure that they can have the best out of them. Are we perfect? Yes. No, I'm sorry. Nobody's perfect, but it's a question of because now I'm going to get into not a different topic, but the world has changed, right? There's no doubt about it. I used to be in shows 4, 5, 6, 7 times a year, traveling all over the world, Singapore, China, Europe. Loved it. Killed it. I was absolutely enjoying this. This year, nada. All the things you guys are doing at the moment is what we need to do in making sure that his hobby is on top in order to get people to be into it. So if a company like Seacam, if a company like Brightwell, if a company like Reef Essential, what is the other company that's there for a long time, also from Germany? There's many companies, many options. Do the work of getting out there, offer people their solution, making sure that they're part of the community, helping the community in a way that they can actually make a difference. I think that's a good point for a company to get into it.
Well, yeah, it's just like doing this show and talking to you and learning. Education is key in this hobby, and to keep everything rolling and learning like we're doing here on the show. That's what it's all about, because we can't go to shows anymore. We can't have that communication to the industry with different stores or industry.
Somebody just came in. It's 9:39 p.m. on a Saturday, and one of my employees here. Bino, come here. I'm telling you, these guys are crazy. Bino, one of our technicians, he's taking care of the machine here at the. Chris, qu'est-ce que tu fais là? I'm going to ask you later what you're doing here. I'm going to go see him later on downstairs. But Patrick is là? Okay, that's cool. Hey, filter sock. Yeah, my friend. You know how they're... That's besoin de quoi? Okay, cool. Yeah, it looks like there's a party tonight after this show.
There you go.
I'm jealous.
Hey, I can have this. Good employee. Good team. That's
a good team for sure.
Salesman, and as Ryan said, education. I used to be a teacher. If people was wondering what I did in life before, I was teachers in sports. Doesn't make me a big scientist, but at least it put me in. I'm a believer in science. So there we go. More question, or shall I go answer a question in another place so you can see a little bit of the place here?
Sure, yeah. Show us around a little bit.
Well, actually, hold on 1 second. So Alan actually had a question here, and I was kind of curious about this too, because carbon, I'm always looking for a good carbon source. But it says, Phil, is Polyplab refuel discontinued? Will you be producing any sort of organic carbon?
Oh, no. Refuel is not discontinued. We have it in stock. We produce it. And what we're actually trying to do at the moment is to get lower for this product. Refuel is a product that is expensive to make, which makes it expensive on the market. So at one point, even if a product is very, very good, you cannot reach really a critical mass of customers that's going to make your product interesting to invest into it. But we have find new way to proceed with this as fabrication or manufacturing of it, and we're going to get better pricing. We still sell. Our biggest market for refuel is actually in Asia. It's not here, but no, refuel is in stock. I have some in stock. We just stocked out Polyplab USA with the refuel, and at one point we're going to be able to pricing on this very important product. Carbon dosing is something that we also believe in big time to get this microbiome around the corals more robust and more helpful with corals.
Okay, so now I'm curious because there are two words that go together there: organic and carbon. Now, I'm still kind of a noob, so it kind of gets me. But when I think organic carbon, I think just wood or some material that's been burned down to create the carbon. What exactly makes organic carbon?
Well, if you're talking about carbon as something that burned or as something that let's call faded carbon, this carbon is actually going to filter any kind of nutrients or compound, organic compound that you don't want in the body of water, right? And it's usually very broad in regard of activated carbon, but it's actually a different. There is carbon in it, but an organic carbon, like in the dosing system, is more a sugar source. It's more a source for your bacteria to actually consume and create their biofilm and get in action to actually eat the other nutriments or the other things you don't want to have in your tank. So it's another way to see the filtration in an organic way, either than to use an activated carbon, but both things are completely different. I don't remember his name. I'm telling it's very small, but the carbon dosing itself is really an action where you're gonna have. That's why we call it reef fuel. You're gonna have fuel to your aquariums and an organic component that's gonna thrive on the bacteria and on organism that's gonna be beneficial for your tank. That's really the big. I cannot name the actual C13B. I don't know what chemical numbers of it. You're not gonna make me say it.
No, not at all. No, that goes a little more sciencey than what we normally go for. You know, we're trying to do this from a simple hobbyist perspective, not the scientific perspective. I mean, if people want to dig into it, by all means, go ahead.
Perfect.
That's not my bag.
For me, there's so many better people in scientific people in this hobby than me. Let me tell you.
Perfect. Well, that definitely answers the question that I had there. So we've got some comments coming through, but no real questions at the moment. So yeah, let's take advantage of this and see what you got going on.
Yeah, take us for a little tour there, Phil.
Okay, give me the comments at the same time.
Yeah, I will.
I'm gonna be standing up and moving a little bit around. If somebody is starting to get sick, please let me know. As I we experienced a little storm earlier on, so there might be a spot, and it's late here. Like I say, at this time, I'm usually asleep. No, I'm just kidding. Can I turn my camera on this app? I guess so, right? Mm-hmm. Can I do this? I just don't want to lose anybody here.
Just don't hit the red button.
No, exactly. I just want to turn it around. How can I do this? Cam? No.
Nope, that turns it on and off.
Camera. Okay, I find it. So that's the back camera that's gonna get now. Okay.
There you go.
Let's start. That's my office.
Ooh, but if you're on your phone though, Phil, turn it sideways.
Oh, sorry. Like this?
Yep. Perfect. Thank you.
That's my office. This is where I was sitting. That's enough. Let's go away. Oh, there's people that's coming in. That's my partner, Patrick.
Hi, Phil.
Hello, Pat. Say hi to the millions of viewers down there with your show. Let me try to get back to see you guys too. I'd like to see you guys too. Okay. Oh, what can I?
Oh
no.
We lost Phil there.
I'll get him back, guys. I'll get him back.
It's all right. It's all right. Yeah, these are some really, really good questions that are coming through, though. I mean, I didn't really think about organic carbon like that. That was good.
Sorry, I lost you for a second. I just trying to get back camera, but I want to see you guys too, unless it's not important. Phil's back. Hey, Phil sucks. Okay, this is the office. Of secretary. She's not there. Of course, it's too late. That's the Polyplab signs we have, just to make me remember where the exit is when it's too late and I work too late. That's our show gear. As you can see, it's useless for now. Okay, let's go downstairs. Now I don't know what my partners just came in, so here is the actual warehouse where we stock our product. Xenia's a distributor of Tunzi in Canada, by the way. Little Tunzi inventory. I was talking about metal halide earlier. We have stock. Anybody interested? Just going quickly around the warehouse itself, there's nothing spectacular than stock, right? That's an order that's going to go to the UK pretty soon. We have a room upstairs where we're going to have more production going on. I'm going to show you something quick, right? That's an exclusivity for a lot of people.
We got tires.
Oh, what's this? Okay, let's say you haven't seen this, okay?
You got socks in there?
I'm going to show you a little something else that's going to be an exclusivity that no one saw already. And that's for you, Ryan. You got a machine. We had to buy a machine to actually increase our production capacity. This one I cannot show. But this is something you probably know, Ryan.
It looks like a robot.
That's like a compressor that's going to do 20 CFM. This baby is made in Germany. And we find out that we needed to buy one.
Make all the good stuff in Germany.
Oh, great stuff.
Yeah.
What we have as
they developed the Berlin skimmer. If it wasn't for the German system, we had no protein skimmers there.
Exactly.
Made the first skimmers.
That's one of our tank, right? This one is in the moment. As you can see, we used base rock in our systems. A couple of corals. We have a cleaning crew. We seeded it with our bacteria, and we have many different aquariums at different stage to actually test our product and do the quality control. Right. That's the oldest tank we have here. Probably a tank that's 15 years old, with some Delta equipment. Right. Pretty simple stuff. But pretty nice when it's actually with lights on them. You tell me if you just I don't see you guys. So here's a very nice old skimmer from Delta.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, these things they used to have 1260 YIME on them with the self-cleaning head. This beast still works today. We just unplug it to test other type of skimmers. And this is more of our test room. As you can see, and we have many different types of corals in our tanks. Some are having lights on, some have not. Different skimmers we're trying, different types of sumps. And we all test our product here. We all give them refluids, the boosters, the aminos. We take readings. We have nice sums that bash.
Oh, I'm getting legged out.
No.
Yeah, that's really the location.
I see a filter sock in there.
Oh yeah, filter socks. Yes, there is. Yes, there is.
Woohoo!
Yeah, there is. Filter socks. And we have all these things to actually make sure that their products are not going to be any problems for aquarists, and of course to make sure that the results that we're pushing are results that we can verify, right?
Well, that's nice
yeah.
Your own product.
No, exactly, and it's important. You have to do this. So that's the little pieces of aquariums we have. We're going to fill this one up pretty soon, and we want to have some crazy fish in, just for fun. Remember, it's for fun.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a little tour. I cannot show you all the places, of course, but I can surely take one of the product that we're gonna raffle later on.
Raffle.
Okay. Oh, what is this?
I'm still collecting names. If you guys are putting that put me in to win. I'm still looking at those names.
Yep. Make sure to type it in, guys. Get entered in this contest.
Make sure you sub these channels.
Yep.
Farm Boy Reef, BeavsReef, D from Brooklyn, CoralGal.
There's always a winner.
We've already won because Phil's got us years of information.
Exactly.
So Steve made a comment in here talking about how he wants one of those signs. I'm telling you, I want the sign that's over the receptionist desk.
Oh, that's good old Steve.
This one's, but this is cool. But we have another one that we're about to that we want to put in the frame. Actually, this one, the one that we love the most.
Well, that's from what's his name?
Jean-Philippe.
Jean-Philippe. Yeah. Yeah, he's an amazing artist. Like,
he's
crazy.
Really good at what he's doing.
Oh, big time.
Hey, Alan Banks asks Phil, do you have a favorite coral?
Oh, myself, I absolutely love zoas. Any type of zoas. The colors they have, they look like it's like you're looking in the eyes of someone. They can be so colorful. They're dangerous also. They can be you have to be careful with them. I actually love zoas. That's pretty much my favorite. And don't ask me a name, right? Because of today's names, you can have one corals and 25 different names.
50 names. They come in a new name every day.
Yeah. Exactly.
But it's the names that make them special.
That makes them special. But
Makes me ignorant because I can't remember them all.
We really need to do a show on that and talk about like the hyping up of coral prices and everything. Just by
It drives the prices through the roof.
Yeah.
There's so many that they hype up with names like raspberry kosh. I don't know what it means, but
The Superman.
The Superman.
Kosh. But it's also for the fun of the hobby to have these spectaculars and I mean corals are spectacular.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I just bought really, really cool, and that hasn't been in the U.S. yet. D, have you ever seen a red torch with blue tips?
A red torch?
Red torch with blue tips.
See, and it's not an anemone though. It's a torch.
It's a torch.
And
it's
I
a
wonder,
little torch that has been trade named a Diablo, and I have one on the way.
see, now that's the beautiful thing. Now, see, now something like that, you get it in the hobby, you cultivate it, and then it just furthers it. I mean, we're putting some of these things back in the reef too.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, and it's we also remember that if you follow Valley Aquariums on Instagram, he's in Indo making culturing corals in the sea, right?
Yeah.
And one of his talk was about the fact that the corals that they collect, it's not general corals. They're really special corals that we have the privilege to get here and then reproduce and graft.
Yeah.
Amazing. It's magical. Crazy. Never thought to go as teaching sports to be in this hobby.
Exactly, right? So which product of your line is people use the most, you think, in the hobby?
It's hands-on Reefroid. Reefroid's the top of the sugar.
It's the Holy Grail.
Yeah, it's the Holy Grail. Medic, pretty close. Medic is pretty close. And then you have boosters. The boosters. You have the clips, right?
Your lenses.
The lenses, and we had the lenses with the polarized lens, but now with the kits, we removed the 10x because people were having problems to actually with the phone to get a focus, good macro look on their aquarium, and we just replace it with putting back the orange without polarized finish, because some people with the polarized lens, they have problems with their lights, but when they have the orange, they can really take the pictures as they want, so give them more flexibility. This, and of course close behind is the glue.
The glue, the grenades
that we sell.
Grenades. I did not realize that they were cool.
Grenade, right? You pop that cover off and you use that glue, man. It's just like a grenade.
See, I need to get some of those coral lenses. I've got like 4 other ones, and I was using Cynthia's the other day, and I was super impressed. So
They're like those guys are the biggest ones. Like,
But that's another thing. That's another effect that the aquarium hobby has had on the camera industry, because photographers weren't even using these, and now that cameras on phones have come so far, I mean, we're probably more photographers out there than shooting weddings. There's more corals.
It works good too. Like I can pop that lens off. I have my DSLR camera. I can screw it right into my Canon camera and take those shots with it. Not a problem. Mm-hmm. It's awesome. I don't even have to use my cell phone or anything. I put it right on my DSLR camera for taking those macro shots.
That's the 62 mil that we made, but we didn't put it on the market because we were not satisfied with the quality enough, right? We didn't want to put something on the market and then say to people, well, it's great, that's what it does, right? So, but we're always something special in the back burner.
Right. We are starting to run a little late here. So let's kind of hit a couple of last questions here. And then I have a big doozy of a question for you.
Okay.
Okay. So producer Reef is asking, why does Reefroids work? Yeah, I mean, it's a long one, but I mean, the gist is why does Reefroids work?
There it is. I pulled it up. Why does Reefroids? I have a friend who always tells me not to feed corals. His tanks is amazing. Whether it feeds is really.
Again, it's a question that answers itself. Why does Reefroid works? Because actually, corals are a lot of them are carnivorous, right? They need to eat something external. They're gonna catch prey. They're gonna be very, very happy on an high protein diet, and our stuff is actually made. It's ocean made. Nothing in Reefroid is coming from it's grown in the field.
No,
it's is made at ice in another industry. Is
like filler wise, it's a pure source.
It's a pure source.
Yeah.
It's made in the ocean's making it.
Exactly. We're not adding stuff on there because they're vegetarian.
Yes, and why does it work? It works because you realize, as we discussed at the beginning, you feed your coral externally, or like you're going to feed your fish, like you're going to feed any animals with a quality products. You're going to give quality features as well.
There, Steve. Steve loves your glue.
I
know Steve is a really good guy, and he loves your product for sure.
I'm so bad manually that I love my glue because it doesn't stick on my finger right on the starts unless it's getting wet, so I can remove it.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
See, I had actually never used it until I started doing this Encore build, and I'm telling you, as far as glue goes, it is by far my favorite glue to use now.
I did. It was a good. When we started this product, we have something coming. That's also going to be very, very cool to use and going to be useful for the aquariums. Yeah, that's the grenade.
Yeah, I got a full case of grenades here, boys.
And that's
don't say that out loud. CIA's on their way over.
Oh, geez.
It's not in the U.S. It's okay.
Canada, man. No.
So yeah, it's there's more things in the back burner for Polyplab. Just to stay ahead of the competition and make sure.
That's what I like about you guys. You guys keep inventing and keep bringing out new products that are very exciting. You guys keep going into all these different fields and areas for the aquarium. Just keep everything interesting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's always something different coming out. It's awesome. You guys are like Apple. There's something new being invented.
I think they're better than Apple.
Yeah.
They actually have multiple products, not reinventing the same one.
Well,
I'm Android bias.
So real quick, since I keep saying questions about this, let's see if I can get it. There's a whole lot of reflection there, but that's it.
It's fake, Mark. Mark thinks it's fake.
Is it red with blue? Wow. Nice green mouths and everything.
That's beautiful. Stuff. That's beautiful.
So
you need to cut it up and give us each a piece of it.
It's got to grow first. I'll start feeding it.
Reefroids for you.
Get it all swole. Yeah, but I got to go get some first. All I've got is the polyp booster and colors.
Yo, I'll tell you.
Mixing stuff and seeing what works the best.
Yeah, I'll tell you the truth. I didn't believe in that stuff until I actually had trouble raising certain corals, and no lie, just mixing that reefroids to the right consistency and getting in there, I had to torch the size of like I never grew before. Like sometimes we kill corals just because we don't understand them.
No, but and it's still gonna be like this. I think that we don't know much about corals at all. We're starting to know things, and I mean, in this great scheme of life, what are we really knowing? Honestly, I'm not sure that we're even we're touching the real sense of what we actually know with corals too. But it's getting better. The genomic and all the way that we're gonna work with them is gonna give us way more better products in the future.
Well, that's a crazy thing. I mean, look at where we were 20 years ago and compared to where we are now. Just imagine where we're going to be in 20 years.
No, correct.
It's insane just to think of all of the stuff that's changed.
Science, technology, everybody doing research on corals now.
Yeah. It's
learning.
Anyway,
Okay, so it looks like, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go
ahead.
Okay, I was going to say, it looks like we've gotten through the vast majority of the questions here. So one question before we get into the winner here. So my question for you, Phil, is the same question that we've asked everybody. As far as Polyplab is concerned, what are you guys doing, or what are you planning on doing to help achieve sustainable products, or help bring light or benefit to the hobby as well as like kind of to the world?
We started to participate into this kind of program with the aquaculture facility that back 4, 5, 6 years ago, because we believed that the future was in the fragging trend, or the fragging way of doing this industry, because we had an image, as I discussed before, of being an industry that was destroying the corals around different places in the world, which and it's a perception that's solid in the mind of environmentalists and people that are activists in that field. So that needed to change, and I think that the way that we can frag corals and grow them and make sure that they're healthy and educate, like Ryan said, and like be also experienced. And educating people to keep their aquariums alive and make sure that they don't kill their corals and just buy another one. I mean, we don't do this with our dogs. I don't see myself buying 2 dogs. And then I stop feeding them, or I see they're sick and I just say, oh, fuck him. You can go die in a corner.
Damn that torch.
That's me. But I'm convinced that in the most part, when corals are dying in aquariums, it's like Dee said, it's because we don't know enough. Is it excusable? Yes, it's not excusable if you have the ability, or the story is, listen, I have a 60 gallon and they all die of ick because I had 7 powder tanks in it.
Yeah,
the tank police, okay, but that's one thing we do, Sean. Second things we're doing, we have got great helps from, for example, the Waikiki Aquarium in Hawaii. They used their stuff in 2011 for a project of restoration, and back then there was law that was put in place where there's nothing going out of Hawaii as for fit, and I think it's still the law now.
Yeah,
and they did comparison. They used their stuff. They showed that their stuff was very, very good stuff ahead of Reef Chili, which also is a good product. And recently, with all these problems they had this year, they need money to just actually fund the aquarium. So we went into a project with coralware companies, which gonna go out publicly soon. As a little gesture for us to help them out. That's things we do. We're going to give product to schools for them to build aquariums so the kids can learn about ecology and see we're all connected on this planet. And we also took a decision, a corporate decision this year, which I can't talk about, unfortunately or fortunately, but that's going to be out soon in around end of November. To actually help the industry and and try to make a better world. At the end of the day, that's what we're trying. That's what everybody should try to do.
Oh, exactly. Especially when you're like donating to different schools and stuff. All those children, get hands-on experience with the corals, the fish. One day it might inspire them. They're going to be a marine biologist, and that could be the one kid, that figures out, hey, how we're going to save the reefs moving forward. You know what I mean? It just takes one. How's that great idea?
If we can instill, if we can put in the mind of children that just taking care of the thing next to you that's alive helps you to be better, I think we reach the objective.
Yep. I'm actually lucky enough that the school where I work, we actually have a marine lab. We have an animal lab in which we have a veterinary program where the kids get an internship to work at the New York Aquarium. So they start, and you actually get to see them progress in the hobby while the hobby is progressing. It's a beautiful thing. We got to secure our future.
Absolutely. And it's all the difference in the world to just get people and children motivated to do something other than to play Atari.
Phil loves Atari.
Hey, so guys, I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope I was not too boring for everybody.
Not at all. Very good.
Fantastic.
So we're gonna do the raffle there now, Phil.
Oh
yeah. Before you go,
all right.
Look at there. He's got the prize.
It is a big golden package of Reefroids. It's like the holy grail that we've been discussing the whole night. I'm gonna pull up the randomizer, and you guys.
One with a thank you though.
I'm gonna put a pull-up booster with it, right?
Woo! Polyp booster.
Yeah.
It just keeps getting better, people.
Well, yeah, but are you gonna sign it? Thanks for watching, and actually sign it.
This will be the other prize he's giving away, guys. The booster.
I can put also my personal lens if you want.
Whoa! Wait, I might have to put my name in it as well.
I'm grabbing all of us to do this.
Well, we also want to thank all of you guys for all your great questions. And Mark, our star producer with so many great questions. He says, Polyplabs is the best. Thanks, Phil. Your insights are brilliant. And thanks, Ryan, and everybody for, putting on the show. So we want to thank Mark and thank everybody for taking part.
Without the customers, we're nothing.
There you go. I'm going to pull up the randomizer.
Okay, just give me a second. I'll add it to the screen.
All right. So if you guys did not get your name into the kitty, there will be another drawing at another time at another show. But for now, let me get this randomizer spinning here. We got a few names in there. Hopefully you can see everybody. I'm going to go for the spin.
Here we go.
All right. Round and round we go. Where it stops, nobody knows. Hey, spin that a little harder there. There you go. Yeah. This ain't the Wheel of Fortune. Jesus Christ, I feel like an old lady.
You're Vanna White.
And so my hands are up in the air, so I'm not rigging it. My name's not in there. Okay, is the thing going to stop or I get dizzy now?
Oh, geez.
All right, slowing down. Look, my hands are up in the air.
Being too slow, and then it spun up there.
I'm dizzy now. I feel like I've been drinking. Uh-oh, it's on the line. Wait a minute.
Is it going to stop on Casey? Oh.
Whoa, wait. My hands are up in the air. It's itching.
Here's the thing,
though.
Phil, you can't send that to him until he commits to a date of us going diving, because we're supposed to go do some underwater stuff in California.
Wow.
Casey is the winner.
Wow, that's awesome. Congrats, Casey.
Congratulations, Casey.
Congratulations, Casey Reef.
Yeah.
Send me your information. Send it to either of us, Ryan or myself, on our Facebook page, or you can direct message me on that lovely prize to you. I'm so jealous now.
Right?
I'm so jealous.
That is awesome.
And I'm a little dizzy from the spinning wheel.
That thing just kept on going, man.
Woo, boy.
So, guys, send me the info of Casey. And
Yep, sure.
right or Monday's an holiday here, so Tuesday's going to go out to him.
Good. Sounds good. Well, thank you, Phil. Really appreciate you coming on the show, man. Greatly.
Thanks to you guys. Have a good evening. I'm going to bed.
Yeah. Good night, man.
Thank you again.
Bye, Sean. Bye, Ed. Bye-bye.
Bye. Have a good one. So hopefully everyone that was watching tonight, you guys enjoyed the show. It was wicked having Phil on there. learned a lot of different things tonight. It's pretty awesome. You know,
Great information, man.
oh yeah,
I love the fact that he's been in the hobby so long that he's seen it come from like
yeah,
barely keeping corals alive to like keeping these exotics. So he's been adding that to his product. His
Exactly.
products have been evolving.
and it's nice to see. You know, they got tanks set up at their office. You know, testing all their products that they have. So it's nice to see that.
Yeah, I want to go check it out someday. That's
Right?
cool. I was about to say, Phil, grab your lens. Let's see these tanks with the lens.
I think we were all thinking that for a minute.
Yeah, before we hopped online tonight, he had 3 power outages in his area in Montreal. So
Wow.
yeah, things were shutting on and off on him. So he charged his phone to make sure he was ready to roll for tonight.
And he
good.
took us on the tour. Yeah, that was
That
awesome.
was pretty cool. You got to see behind the scenes there.
Well, there's nothing better than seeing a person that runs the company that is in the hobby and actually invested
Yeah.
and knows the animals, because he speaks the truth. He
Exactly.
speaks from experience.
Oh, exactly. And he knows what all his products do, and that's what it's all about.
One of the best products come from hobbyists, though. Let's be honest.
It's true.
This is true.
It's very true.
Hobbyists that can explain how to use the products.
Exactly. All right, guys. So I think that's the end of the show for tonight. So thanks everybody for joining on tonight. It was awesome for you guys to be here. So next week on Saturday, we'll see you guys again.
And come look at our Facebook page. Come to Farm Boy Reef Club, because we always post a poll asking you, the hobbyists,
Yes.
what you want to see and what the questions are, because we're here to share. Sharing is caring.
Exactly. And if there's someone you would like to see in the industry on the show to ask those questions, just hit us up and we'll see what we can do. All right. And
Yeah, filter socks out there that need attention. Get them on the show too. We filter socks stick together, baby.
yeah. All right.
All right.
Have yourself a good night. Thank you, everyone.
Right? Hold on. You're cutting it off. You can't stop unless we say, remember, everybody, have a great week, and don't forget to dip it and drip it.
That's right, buddy.
Dip it and trip it. Sharing is caring.
Have a good night, guys.